Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. My name is Bahamut. I will be your caster this evening. Thank you all for coming by and checking out the wonderful games. We are going to get into our Division A best of 3 between Beast Coast versus Main Tank Uther, and let's go ahead and find out how the map bans took form or shape, or how they went. There we go, words. The home team this evening is going to be Beast Coast. They won the coin flip, opting for first pick priority. Infernal Shrines and Cursed Hollow were banned up by them. Main Tank Uther is going to be banning out Brax's Holdout and Battlefield of Eternity, as we see Dragonshire being their first map pick. Now, we already have our draft. Let's get back into that right there. And wow, we are burning right through this. So Rex, our first pickup, going to be coming out from the members of Beast Coast. We have a Greymane Liming ban from the left-hand side. We have an Ariel and Deathwing. For anyone that might have missed it, last night we had some Ariel play, and she is terrifying with Resurrect at this point. So having her being banned out is not a surprise. We're probably going to be seeing that for quite some time. Urel, Joanna for the first 2 picks. They're going to pick up their solo lane to match into the Rexar, as well as their main tank. Sylvanas for some push pressure continually with the Dragon, as well as a Nubrak to be able to dive in. So this is, I wouldn't say super dive based, but this is definitely going to have a lot of dive priority coming out from the members of Beast Coast. Urel does have some control as well as Joanna, so they're going to mitigate that. I think they're going to lean more into that entire kind of control composition. If they are, I'd be looking to ban out something like an Alexstrasza or even a Stukov here on the side of Beast Coast. The reason being is because if you're playing control and you're trying to dive, Stukov makes your life a lot more difficult with the flailing swipe, the massive shove at their heroic level, but even the lurking arm or the weighted pustule are really good tools to lock someone down or slow them from getting away. But they're going to go ahead and ban out the Alexstrasza. Point control from her is extremely powerful. She has the Dragon form, the Dragon Queen form, excuse me, which does allow you to be able to have that little wind buffet so you can push people back with a slight, like, small gust. So if you're playing this dive composition, you can mitigate that damage with that right there. And they actually don't have their own healer, so they could have grabbed something like an Ana or Decker Kane to kind of mitigate that healing from the Alexstrasza with the Biter Grenade, or the Emerald at level 7 from the Deckard Kane on the Herodric Cube. Regardless, we are going to be seeing Urel, Joanna, Valo will be picked up, and a Tassadar with that as well. Now, Tassadar won't be their only support, so I'm assuming we're going to be seeing something else here from Main Tank Uther. I doubt it's Uther, but you never really know with a team name like that, and with Uther being so versatile as well overall, could see them kind of rotating with the Joanna, Vala, Tassadar, and just having super hyper carry. Not even super hyper carry, because Tassadar does do a lot of decent damage. Mephisto is going to be making their way into this game, and we actually get to see the Tickle Fisto? No, that's not the right name. We get to see the Mephisto new skin coming in there. Malfurion will be the last pickup on the left-hand side to get some mana regeneration to these players, as well as be able to get the mass heal off, or the silence, or Tranquility. Honestly, like Tranquility or like Twilight Dream or Tranquility are both great options here, but this last pick coming out, I think they need some more healing coming out. Something like an Abathur could be an option, but lately he's been struggling. I've been having a rough time with him. I've been trying to play him in quick match just to see how it feels, and like I'm still getting experience, but it's rough. It's just rough overall. And Bandit knows all about that right there, as he's going to leave the room the moment we need to bring it back to him. But really quickly, Wipeout, DMX, Ghost Dunk, Ektar, Pokecheck, Carpe Felis. How are all of you doing? Thank you for coming by. Sorry I missed this earlier. Good to see all of you. Ta, how are you doing, friends? Whew. It's a good draft. It's a good draft to start us out here. I've really been on the Alex fan lately. Kept saying teams were going to draft her last night. She was never drafted last night. She has really good value. That's the thing. Like, Alexstrasza is a really strong hero. But we're in the meta of Lucio all of a sudden. Lucio hasn't had any changes, but people are just playing tons of Lucio now. Tickle Me Fisto? Yes. Where are the memes? What's up, EKB? How you doing? It's just wrong. Tickle Fisto. Bandit Cam is empty? Yeah, he went and got some water. Yo, Lupus, thank you for the 2 months of support, my friend. Thank you for the tier 1. I really appreciate that, my friend. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thanks for coming by, and thanks for supporting the stream. Let's go ahead and get on in to our game number 1. On the left-hand side, we're going to be seeing the members of Beast Coast.
Heroes, prepare
We're going to be having Malfurion being played by Sierras. We're going to be having Monk is going to be on the Mephisto. We have Secret going to be on the Rexar. We've got the Pie Maker going to be on a Nubarak, and we have Mega Muffin going to be on the Sylvanas. On the right-hand side, we got the members of Main Tank Uther. We're going to be seeing Jimmy on the Tassadar. We've got Thunderstruck going to be on the Urel. Tayuki, I think it is going to be on the Lucio. Taki is going to be on the Joanna, and we have J-Lux. I believe it's J-Lux is going to be on the Vala. Let's go ahead and get into mid lane and check out what our level 1s are going to be for these teams. Furious Spark for the Mephisto. He did have some changes come in fairly recently. So we'll see if, ooh, actually, hold on. This top lane, oh, this play right here, I love this so much coming out from the members of Main Tank Uther. This is a huge steal. If they're able to actually get this, yeah, there's no way, because there's no response from the bottom lane currently. But this is going to be a well removed from top lane, and that is a lot of the sustain in top lane being mitigated. But Vala will be picked off in bottom lane since, well, there's really no Tassadar to give a little bit of a shielding, and Lucio doesn't really have the best. I mean, he can amp it up, but I think Mephisto's going to be able to burn right through that as Tassadar actually gets picked off, and they don't get the well. I'm moving to the wrong lanes to watch the wrong engagements, as we are going to be having 2 kills going over to the members of Beast Coast, showing off their name very early here. What's up, Crafty Devil? How you doing, friend? Alex doesn't do anything when she's not a dragon. No mobility or good CC. Dragon is great, though. Yeah. I mean, but I wouldn't say she does nothing outside of a Dragon Queen form. She has heals. What you gonna say about that, huh? She's got good heals outside Dragon Queen form. No, it's just, I mean, a lot of the teams that I've seen, like, jumping between different leagues and casting, it's always going to be different metas. So, me personally, whenever I see control point-based areas, going to talk about Alexstrasza. She is a control-based hero, and she's a little bit easier in my opinion than to play Stukov. So if you have something in a lower division, you might be seeing something like that more often. So I wouldn't say it's not viable to not talk about it whatsoever just because it's not picked up. Either way, we have Mega Muffin and bottom lane getting forced back. Trait was activated on them as well, so that's going to be down for a little bit. We currently have the Urel in top lane pushing this back as well, or at least just managing in top lane, not even really pushing too hard into the Rexar Misha combination. As noted before, they didn't get the well in top lane. We do currently have Tassadar making sure that mid lane's going to get soaked up, as you know, they lost 2 kills early game. It's not going to yield them a ton of experience, about 600 right there, but still going to be able to have an experience advantage on the side of Beast Coast, as Mephisto's getting a lot of great damage out right there. Not able to solidify a kill just yet, but Jimmy on the low side of health here, trying to poke out and get more stacks onto their level 1 Psionic Storm. Mega Muffin taking a lot of damage from Vala, who is going to be CC'd by the Pie Maker. This is going to be a great grouping from the Joanna, but unfortunately not going to be able to live through that one right there, and that's going to be another kill in favor for Beast Coast, as Joanna's going to be stepping further forward. They do have that Iron Skin activated, going to be getting another Condemn in. Mega Muffin's so very low, but still just going to have enough healing out from Sierras right now, and Taki is going to be able to get behind the gate. Doesn't tap well. Mega Muffin getting very low. This is still just a back and forth while we do have Vala back up from death. No one in mid lane to collect the Dragonite just yet, as Thunderstruck is going to be trying to capture top lane really quickly. This level gap is starting to form in favor for the members of Beast Coast now.
The Dragonite shall reduce you to cinders.
I'm sorry, I was just looking to make sure that I'm not missing out on like major experience, and as I realized that, I was like, oh wait, hold on. Yeah, this is going to be Sylvanas getting picked up. But the Dragonite was picked up, and I was just like, I didn't realize someone was already in mid and made that rotation. I was going to start just talking about the experience gap that they were starting to build, and well, with the Dragonite that they're going to pick up, they did lose their Sylvanas. They're going to be able to kind of close that a little bit, but I think the wave clear is going to be a big tell from what they can... From what they can get from this Dragonite, it's going to be a big tell experience-wise what they're going to be able to end up with. But it seems like right now, Dragonite being forced back and it's getting minimal to 0 value. This is actually a huge win for main tank Uther. I don't understand why people let Rexar through draft on this map. Me neither. I don't get it. Urel just takes naps. Rexar literally has a 100% win rate in Division 8 this season. Dragonite goes down with a front gate getting removed right there. We currently have Tassadar in top lane just soaking this up. That will be the Rexar Misha going back for full health and mana, as it's just a reset on the map. First Dragonite not getting a whole lot, as I noted, but the team fight potential coming out from the members of Beast Coast is really strong here. Like, they have been doing work on this map. I mean, we have Mephisto actually the highest in siege damage. We actually have Rexar with the highest heroic damage. Not something I was expecting to see. I was expecting to see that the other way around. But right now, we're showcasing exactly why Rexar's so strong in the top lane. That duo is being able to shred into Yrel, and Yrel is notably not the easiest one to just burst down. She's got decent disengage with the Righteous Hammer, as well as she has the Avenging Wrath to kind of jump away. So there's ways for her to get away from an enemy, and it's just, I'm surprised by how much damage Rexar is able to consistently put on her. But currently we have a fight continuing to break down in bottom lane, as this is going to be Tayuki getting a great push off from the wall, but needs to wall ride back towards the friendly team. They still get the camp, the Pie Maker taking a lot of damage. Slow from the Joanna with, they did not get the Subdue finished out, did they? No, they just had they didn't even pick up Subdue, because I'm not even seeing it when I click on their icon. They just had, that was the base slow. It seemed like there was a lot more onto that. Either way, this is going to be the camp pushing in with one Siege Giant very low. Mephisto trying to push this back. That's going to be the amp it up from the Lucio as well. Jimmy going to be getting the phase shift away just to make sure they're not going to have any incoming damage jumped onto them, like Monkus right there on the Mephisto, who does throw out a little extra damage, but they end up disengaging. And I noted this in last night's cast. We actually saw the experience a little bit ago. It's 4-2 in kills, and we've been pretty even when it comes to experience gain between the two teams, and we're only seeing a quarter of a level difference. And so this is why early game kills, I talk about this all the time, early game kills are strong. There's 4-2 in kills, and we're looking at what, less than 100 experience difference between the two of them. That's wild right there. But Secret is going to be found out. Actually, the Misha is going to be able to save them with the charge, everyone grouping up, and they're able to get the value from the stun, and then they're able to back out of there. But 10 talent tier will be up on both sides. We do currently have nothing really out of the ordinary. I thought Mephisto was Consume Soul, but no, that's the Durance of Hate icon. We do have Sacred Ground for the Yrel. I've actually seen this pop up a little bit here and there. A little bit more. It does allow you to siege, and you can team fight a little bit longer, obviously. And it's not like they have anything massive to force them out of the Sacred Ground, so they can stand in it, because I believe it's active as long as you are inside of it. Yeah. Sacrifices, sanctifies the ground around it, gaining 50 armor until she leaves the area. And then there's an upgrade at 20, which I believe if you use like Avenging Wrath, you can recast or something like that. I can't remember what it is. I saw it in a Brawl yesterday, but that was a huge rain of vengeance from the Vala. Lucio's going to be getting the Break It Down just in time, as they do get the Lucio and the Yrel and the Joanna. Malfurion was traded out. Mega Muffin going to be looking to get one little... Oh, man. Oh, the Hearth won't be able to come through in time. Mephisto actually gets the Shade of Mephisto through. I actually thought the Break It Down came out, but that was not the case. I swore I saw everyone's health bar, the shield bar go up a little bit right there. But either way, that is going to be 4 kills in favor for the members of Beast Coast, and with that, they're looking to go ahead and pick themselves up a Dragonite. Second one of the game for them, and they're looking to get a little bit more value than that first one. First one of the game only really got, well, this front gate down here. Second one, well, actually, it might be contested. Everyone is back up. The death timers were not that long. Push off up from the wall. Mega Muffin getting focused. Pie Maker making sure that they're not going to be having a dead Lucio. Excuse me, a dead Sylvanas. Dear Lord. Switching teams right here, but Dragonite is actually going to be stolen. That was a great route out from Malfurion to slow them down. And now they move Dragonite back into bottom lane. Can they get a fort with this is the big one. Rexar's padding his stats on her. That's possible. That's possible. Looney's here, what's up? Thanks for coming by, bud. Rain of Vengeance coming out. Wow, that is an Anubrak getting bodied right there by the Vala. Well, Joanna got the kill, but still Vala was really putting in some damage. But they're going to vault forward, and with that vault, we get a pause. We're going to be back to Bandit camera, and Bandit will go ahead and break down all the stats that are currently happening while I drink some tea. Looks like one of the players got a bit of a issue currently. Great photo of our work at... Oh, okay. Okay. All right. How's everyone doing? Thanks for coming by. Sorry I haven't been paying attention to chat too much. We're trying out new things. We're trying to be a little more focused on games as well. But thanks for coming by, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful night. We are currently in a bit of a pause. I think we just have to get the player back into the game. So just 3-2-3s in chat and AMA. And we can talk about other stats currently, though, as well. Mega's life flashing before his eyes at the moment. So I never like to leave it on the screen because we are on a delay, so I don't want people to be able to see the map and see positioning. I know, like, some of it's, like, I'm sure they have an idea of where everyone is, but, like, this, I think, is the most fair way to constantly keeping it. I'm sorry, my monitor is slowly dying. Long story. Shh, my 2-year-old monitor through Apple's... Wait. Oh, I thought their 2-year-old monitor threw applesauce onto their monitor. So apparently... Dear Lord, Carpe Felix, thank you for the 420 bits. Holy crap. All right, we are ready. We are ready. Let's go ahead and get back into the cast, everyone. Thank you for the 420 bits, my friend. Pause break. Alrighty, we are going to get back into this right here. Once again, Carpet Feels, thank you for the 420 bits. Unpause for murder. Yes, Zool rules. I honestly don't think there was anything they could have done about that Sylvanas right there. Mega Muffin, I hate saying it like this, but they were dead before the pause. That's for certain. That Vala had their number right away. But either way, we are here. We are back on Dragonshire. Still game number 1. Sylvanas back up from death. Anubrak going to be back up as well, sitting at 22 stacks on the Rexar currently. We have 660 for the Tassadar, and then we still have not had the completed quest. But that's going to be a huge Durance of Hate. This tight corridor is going to work out well for them. That's going to be the Sacred Ground as well from the Urel. Pymaker is going to be going down, going to be squished into the corner. I believe there's a Blessed Shield that did come out right there. I don't think it connected onto anyone. I didn't think I saw. I don't think I saw stun, but there were so many things happening at once. I might have missed it. Either way, we are back into laning phase as we did have our second Dragon Knight just picked up by the members of Beast Coast, but main tank Uther, after the pause, starting to bring some momentum in their favor. Great Rain of Vengeance on Amonkhet, who was using the Shade of Mephisto right there as they get a little damage onto Taki. Well, a little bit, but they're going to be taking them below half health. Let's actually go ahead and cycle through some of the other numbers once again, get an idea of what those look like, as this is going to be camp time while we wait for the next objective to cycle through once again. As noted in previous casts, this is a very, very low cooldown between objective phases. So I think we're actually probably like 30 seconds away from the 30-second announcement, so roughly a minute or so from when we can see a potential Dragonite picked up once again. But they're just looking for map pressure. No one trying to step out too far. Secret's literally just kind of letting the wave push into them a little bit. Misha's going to be helping them out. They also did finish out their Hunter-Gatherer from level 4, I believe. So it's going to be some armor onto the Misha Bear, as well as I believe base health regeneration will be increased for her. But meanwhile in top lane, Secret is going to be found. Unfortunately, they're not going to boost forward. I was expecting with the Lucio to chase into that. That seemed like the whole premise of having the Lucio in a lot of the drafts is to boost forward and chase into them. Maybe since they were amping it up, and I think the reverse amp was active right there, maybe that's where they were thinking about, well, we don't know, we shouldn't chase this further. But the base speed, I don't know. I personally think the base speed would have been enough. Regardless, bottom camp was grabbed by the members of Beast Coast as we have main tank Uther continuing to push them through top lane. They are going to be able to take a fort here as Thunderstruck will not be able to get much more damage onto that bear. They do find themselves also up in experience for the first time in this game. And as noted, I keep saying this earlier, but like in many games, heroic deaths, like early game kills doesn't yield that much. Like we have 6 to 8 in kills, and we have more experience coming in for the members of main tank Uther as they have less kills. It's just that late game scaling from experience that you gain from said kills. Either way, we do have 16s up. We can go ahead and take a peek at those, and it's going to be a couple seconds before Beast Coast gets there. So while that's happening, they're going to try and capitalize on a Dragonite. I'm actually a little surprised they didn't leave one in mid already, so they can get this a little bit quicker. Because yeah, exactly. This is the thing. Mega Muffin and friends realize it, and they're going to try and poke at this, and then maybe rotate one member up into top lane. There is going to be a lot of pressure through bottom lane that needs to be responded to, so they're kind of throwing them onto this this timer in a sense. Thunderstruck trying to get the channel. That's going to be Shade of Mephisto coming out as well to throw out a little extra damage. That will be a Rain of Vengeance. Break it down from the Lucio as they do get web wrapped by the Anubrak. This will be a huge Durance of Hate spreading to a couple members, but they pop those 2 members immediately. Break it down was used, but it's not enough to save them right there. You can see it's on a 67 second cooldown. Thunderstruck trying to make it out. Actually going to be using the Avenging Wrath to jump back in, but this is that Misha Bear with 15 armor. I believe it's 15 armor. From the regeneration globes, yep, and that's going to be Urel getting picked off as well, and now they're going to be able to channel bottom lane, stop this potential Dragonite for the members of main tank Uther, a Nubrak going into top lane, and they can just throw one of the members into this from mid. I wouldn't expect it to be Munkus or Mega Muffin, something like the the Rexar probably, or the Nubrak would be my choice if I was going to be throwing something in there. Right now they do have the Munkus, I think, backing off, and they'll go ahead and grab the Dragonite here. They got to make a quick decision. Okay, so Secret's the one who's going to go for the channel. The only reason I was thinking is that they need to make a quick... I didn't look at the minimap quick enough, but I thought Valo might be sneaking into the bottom lane. This will be third Dragonite of the game and third one picked up in favor for the members of Beast Coast.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
Yeah, oh, and don't worry about talents. Yeah, the only time I don't have talents up is when I'm cycling through these other numbers. Which, if anyone's curious, like, I can show APM. We can take a look at everyone's APM currently, but no, I always have talents up if you're ever wondering. The only time they're not showing is usually during a big team fight in the later half of the game, or if we're going to be seeing other stats, but that's going to be a lot of damage on the Lucio. We are also seeing the Malfurion getting picked off. This Wailing Arrow onto the Vala from Sylvanas will be capitalized from the Dragonite. Thunderstruck getting very low. Great Anubrak Impale to follow up onto them. They pick up a Tassadar on top of all of that, and with that, we are going to be seeing the members of main tank Uther going down through this keep in bottom lane, and I wonder if they actually try and end the game here as well. Excuse me, I think I said that backwards. Beast Coast is going to be going through bottom lane into main tank Uther's core here, and yeah, I think this is going to be them taking game as Taki's the only one left alive for the defense. Lucio's up in 16. Dragonite still fairly healthy with 8 seconds left. Sylvanas actually backing, or using the Banshees backwards to try and get the kill into Taki to pad that KDA. Dragonite goes down. They don't get the kill, but they get the game. Game 1 going over to Beast Coast. GG. Well played. Well, that's game. That was seriously that fight in bottom lane. Woo! Alrighty, let's go ahead and pull it back to Bandit and I as we already have our map. Okay, cool. And let's update all of our little stats and get all of this ready to go, and we can get into game number 2 here in just a second. How is everyone's evening? East Coast looks a little weirdly scaled. Hold on. That's better. How is everyone's Wednesday night? We made it halfway through the week, friends. We did it. Just about. Close enough. I don't know about anyone else, but this is the last week of the year for me, I believe, to work. I don't think I have any other days to work the rest of the year, so I'm pumped about that. Okay. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. What's up, BM? How you doing, bud? I'm just making sure. I got a message about our heroic game matchup, and I want to make sure that things are happening with that, because apparently that might be canceled. I have backup plans though. If that gets canceled, I have backup plans right now. We'll see though. We have one ready. We have to get the other ready, and then we'll get going into game number 2. It's cold out, but Heroes is helping me keep warm. What's up, Zell? How you doing, bud? I have to work until the 31st. Pepe hands. No! I'm sorry about that. Oh. Good luck. Have fun. Spooky world. Alrighty, everybody. Let's make sure that all that's all set up correctly. And let's go ahead and get into game number 2. Why is it so many bandit bucks to give a good boy a treat? Because I don't want him to get fat. Duh. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. My name is Bahamut. We have the members of Beast Coast up 1 game in our first best of 3 of the evening against main tank Uther for the Division A matchup in Nexus Gaming Series. Thank you all for joining me. Let's go ahead and jump over to our map bans and find out how we got here. The home team this evening is going to be the members of Beast Coast. They're going to win the coin flip, opting for first pick priority in game number 1. Infernal Shrines and Cursed Hollow will be banned out by them. Main tank Uther is going to be banning out Braxis Holdout and Battlefield of Eternity. Dragonshire was the first map chosen by them. They lost that. Opting for first pick in game number 2 will be the members of main tank Uther. So Beast Coast will be taking us to Tomb of the Spider Queen. He deserves infinite treats. Yes, he definitely does deserve infinite treats, but his body weight does not deserve infinite treats. Also, like, I supposedly there's a way I can get gambling going in our stream. Like gambling, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like you can set up a way for the bandit bucks or the bandit treats or whatever I set the currency, bandit bucks, there we go, to actually be a currency you can gamble with in stream. I know Bambi has it for hers, and I know they don't work together in tandem. I'd have to add the bucks in individually, but either way, let's actually get into our game here. We do have a first pick Deathwing. Chat. We get our first Deathwing. We get to cast our first competitive Deathwing. Not 100%. But definitely not playing tonight. Okay. So I think our heroic game is going to be a DQ or a reschedule. But I don't know if it's going to be tonight. So we'll figure something out after this. We could be going to a game number 3 right now. Deathwing was the first pick on the right-hand side with an ETC Maiev ban. We also have an main tank, an Uther, oh my god, and an RL being banned on the left-hand side as well. Malfurion is going to be picked up with a Li Ming. Deathwing, Malfurion, Li Ming. This is actually pretty powerful. Now, here's the thing. I would 100% expect main tank Uther to be banning out a Greymane here. Greymane's Cursed Bullet for 40% of the current health pool, which typically with Deathwing is quite a bit, or even just taking 40% of the entirety of Deathwing's health pool is always insanely powerful. With enough of us, we can make these infinite treats happen. Exactly. Unstoppable. Letting Greymane through Banff. Yeah. I'm surprised that it actually wasn't picked up in the 1-2 when they saw that Deathwing. I'm really surprised. I'm surprised we have 0% base damage so far coming out from Beast Coast. If they don't take any % base damage, I think we're going to a game 3. What's happening here? All right, there's Leoric. What? That's EKB. I'm surprised by it too. I'm surprised that it wasn't a faster pickup onto that. They really wanted the Joanna Anduin. Either way, Deathwing will be our first pick with a Malfurion Li Ming. We're on Tomb of Spider Queen. Their wave clear is actually really, really bad right now. Blaze will be their solo lane and Arthas their main tank. I don't know how I feel about this team. What about Leo? Leo's amazing here. Leo's actually really, really good. No way. I need you to see this chat right here. I need you to see this chat. Hold on. Where is it? Right there. They called it. And I was like, no way. All right. Okay. Bandit. Let's talk about this butcher pick, bud. Kira actually does well into Deathwing. 3 tanky boys. Kira light bomb, methinks. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about either of these drafts, honestly. We're gonna go into game. I don't know. I don't know. Left hand side, we got Beast Coast. Trying to close out our series this evening in a 2-0 fashion. Secret's going to be on the Leoric, Megamuffin going to be on the Butcher, Sears will be on the Anduin, we have Munkus going to be on the Kira, and we have the Pie Maker on the Joanna. We have the members of main tank Uther on the right hand side with the Dancy Boy right now going to be played by J-Lux. We're going to be seeing Jimmy on the lead train. Oh, poor Deathwing can't mount up with the rest of the friendly team. Going to be on the Li Ming. Taki is going to be on the Blaze. Tayuki, I believe, is going to be on the Malfurion, and Thunderstroke will be on the Arthas. Let's go ahead and get into mid lane and see, whoa, what happens. Dragon Soul for level 1. Typically we see, I believe, Draconic Might, which offers that 0.75 protection every time you lose one of the chunks of armor. So one of those, once you get one of those bars missing, you get 0.75 seconds of protection. That's what I've been seeing almost every Deathwing going into. So Dragon Soul will be the option here. Heals Deathwing for 75% of the damage dealt to enemy heroes in Destroyer mode and World Breaker modes. Well, the specific talents to this, we're going to get into a pause. Monitor problems again. Okay. So anyways, let's actually read this. Destroyer and destroy. So in the Destroyer form, if they use, if they use the Incinerate talent, it heals Deathwings for 75% of the damage dealt to enemy heroes. In the World Breaker form, if they use the Lava Burst, explosion damage heals Deathwing for 150% of the damage dealt to enemy heroes. So the reason we're getting a pause currently is apparently someone's 2-year-old threw applesauce on their monitor and it's been messing up, and so the first thing they said when we got the pause was monitor problems again, and then the response from the opposing side, the enemy team, was just buy less applesauce. Draconic Might got nerfed? Did it? For some reason I read Brightwing and I was about to be like, BM, there's no Brightwing in this game. What's up, Delta? How you doing? Even Bandit's getting excited for this one? Yeah, you can tell. He's absolutely just ecstatic right now. Okay, so Heroic is canceled. But we'll figure something out, everyone. The applesauce, like, it gets it, oh my god, that got me good. That's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. No, Draconic Might had the healing reduced, but it didn't take away the protection or anything like that. The protection is still the way it was, unless it's not Draconic Might at level 1 for Deathwing. Unless he has different talents at level 1. Deathwing, here's a Storm talents. I thought it was Draconic Might. Yeah. Yeah, okay, well, yeah, okay, so originally it read, Deathwing's basic attacks against enemy heroes heal him for 40% of the damage dealt. Upon losing armor plates, Deathwing becomes protected for 0.75 seconds. I forgot about the fact that it does heal them for 40%, but I believe that's now 30%. 2 days, this ETA is 2 days shipping time. He's almost got it. Okay, cool. So it went from 40% to 30%. So it was a 10% reduction on the healing that Deathwing gets from Draconic Might. But still, the one thing I want to point out is that 0.75 protection, that's still really, really, really strong. I wouldn't overlook that talent because of the 10% reduction. What? Okay. All right. We're good. We're ready to go. See, exactly the same. Deathwing heals his team, right? Yeah, exactly. Deathwing heals his team. We did it. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Beast Coast still here in game number 2, and we have Maintain Uther on the right, as this is going to be Monkus starting to dive in a little bit, trying to put some pressure on. We are on Tomb the Spider Queen. We are very early into this game. Did I even zoom out all the way? Yeah, I did. Okay. That's our third zoom. But this is going to be the 4-member rotation between top and mid. Blaze going to get a jet propulsion forward onto Mega Muffin. That's going to be the dive out from the Deathwing as well. Leap of Faith? Did they Leap of Faith? I feel like I just saw Butcher get pulled, but I feel like I didn't see the status effect onto them. We can actually find out real quickly by just clicking on Anduin. Yeah, that's on the amount of cooldown it would have been. Either way, let's go ahead and peek into our bottom lane. His Thunderstruck is going to be on the solo lane duty. Butcher going to be getting the charge in. That's a lot of damage initially going on to them. They do have the Frozen Tempest up and available. That's going to slow down the auto attacks coming into them, but between the Kira and Leoric and Butcher, you're not going to be mitigating that right there. And Butcher currently sitting at 37 stacks and rising after they get this wave right here. This is going to be the Deathwing coming in the bottom lane to help manage that right there, as this will be the continued rotations from the friendly team. And I pointed out that they don't have the best wave clear, but I guess Blazed is making up for that a little bit. I'm just not 100% sold on this composition from the members of Main Tank Uther. I feel like we're missing some sort of synergy. Like, there's a lot of yeah, Deathwing can body damage and be a nuisance. I mean, what, their health pool currently is 3.2k. I don't know. Like, let's look at Leoric. So, this is what, 400-ish more than Leoric currently. Blaze and let's look. I'm just curious. Yeah. So they're currently sitting around everyone else. I was actually thinking that their health pool was way higher, but that did get nerfed as well, baseline. It actually got nerfed significantly now that I'm thinking about it. I think it was actually quite a few hundred that they took off of his health pool. Hey, Vita, how's it going, friend? Thanks for coming by. Kaleo, what's going on? Cat Peach, how are you? Good to see everyone in chat. How are you all doing? You could zoom out further if you wanted. Yeah, but then everyone looks all tiny, and Deathwing just looks like Deathwing. This is too far. This is just too far zoomed out. This is where we want to be. This is nice and comfy. Mega Muffin going to be taking a combo from Li Ming, but not going to be going down. They do want to try and get rid of, and so this is the issue. Like, I don't want to. I'm not trying to call out Jimmy right there for missing a skill shot, anything like that. But the overall wave clear from Li Ming, they're trying to get these angles with the arcane orb, so that way they can get explosive value onto the rest of the wave. And since it's hard for Li Ming to get wave clear here, and that was the one thing that I noticed in the draft. Yeah, Deathwing is going to be in the rotations, but they weren't for a little bit, and that's going to be causing them a little bit of an issue when they actually need to be clearing waves. Same thing with Blaze. Blaze was, I think, helping out Arthas because they were picked off in bottom lane. I'm missing the synergies that I feel like they're trying to put together here, because on the opposing side, you've got Entomb, you've got Blessed Shield, you've got the Butcher to jump on in there and just start blowing up onto them with a final strike from Kira, who doesn't even need to be in the fight. She can just try to snipe that damage from afar. Whereas on the opposing side, you can root him with Arthas, chain CC them with with the Blaze and the Deathwing, but that means you're all landing a skill shot on a single target, and then Li Ming needs to be able to get that damage in there on top of not hitting another hero or a minion. So that's where I'm a little struggling with this entire composition. But we'll see as it does scale throughout this game. Deathwing could be a giant dragon that's an issue to deal with as the game does progress here, but so far it doesn't seem like it's causing them too much of a stress on the side of East Coast as they dive in with... Oh, that body block from Secret was so good. Oh, and Leoric's actually going to go down right there. Blaze going to get a jet propulsion, which has the AoE stun. They're going to charge in onto a minion to get further out into the wave. That's going to be the Anduin coming in, and Kira getting picked off. So at least trading that out right there, but Butcher's still able to pick up more stacks from the kill that was in bottom lane onto Arthas. And once again, no one in bottom lane to soak up, and this is going to be on the Deathwing and Li Ming, and that's why you're seeing the split happen here. They're not all grouping up for the rotation between lanes. Regardless of that, they will be able to get first turn in here, and this is going to be a little bit of a experience leading favor for the members of Main Tank Uther, as the Mega Muffin was... They attempted to get the dive upon them, but the gate was just doing too much work to block all that damage coming in. Li Ming going to be poking out from afar as the Deathwing steps further forward, going to be taking a bit of damage, also going to be still learning. I think they're in the World Breaker form based on their abilities. That's going to be the Butcher getting picked off. They're going to lose a little bit of souls. The Pie Maker going to pop the Iron Skin, going to turn around and look for Monkus here. The healing waves are coming out from Sierras. It won't be enough, and that's going to be Kira going down as well. And I may have talked about that I didn't like this draft and they didn't have wave clear, but if you have the wave pushing in with the Web Weavers, it's going to work out for you really well, especially if you're able to siege in like this. You've got the Blaze to anchor, you've got the the Deathwing to anchor as well. Malfurion's providing healing and cooldown reductions to the Li Ming, and then she's just dumping in damage from afar. So it is working out for them. It's just well, I'm still worried that if they fall behind when it comes to wave clear or experience, this might be a game where Beast Coast can really start to bring it back. But on that same note of bringing it back, we're in game 2 here, and it seems like main tank Uther is finding their stride a little bit. They find a huge, I was going to say beautiful and huge at the same time. So a beautiful dive onto the Leoric right there, and that will get a pick, and that will reduce the total gems they have. They still will be able to get the turn from the Johanna in the top lane, but that is going to be Leoric down for a little bit, gives them a little bit of an experience buff. And look at this Deathwing heroic damage currently, 25,000 coming out from Deathwing, doing work for the friendly team as they dive in. Jet Propulsion looking to focus on the Blaze combustion coming out from looking to focus on the Butcher. Blaze using the combustion right there. They don't get the kill, but they force back 2 members very low. Webweavers will descend fairly far back in the top lane. They're going to make quick work of this, and I actually really like this call coming out from the members of main tank Uther. Getting rid of the top lane Webweaver means you're mitigating the top lane push that a lot of the enemy team is going to be looking for. And, you know, you want to open up this gate, then you want to feed in Webweaver with boss a little bit later so you can maybe push to end game. You don't have to end the game that way, but it does really, really help out. And Cat Peach, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Kagiri, actually. Thank you so much. Kagiri, enjoy all of your wonderful emotes, as this is going to be Deathwing with the Cataclysm. That's going to be the Entomb coming out from Leoric. Sirius is taking, or Secret's taking a lot of damage to get the Wraith Walk out, but it's not going to be enough. Malfurion does go down. Leoric will be the trade. That's going to be a very low Blaze getting picked off as well. Blue Webweaver is still up and in favor for the members of Beast Coast, as they are going to be turning this around, gaining some more experience in their favor. But this Deathwing is overextended, trying to get a kill onto Monkus. They actually do end up getting the Kira kill, and they end up finding a response onto the Johanna, so this is actually working out for them. If they can get another reset for Li Ming, that'd be huge. They don't have another blink. Sorry, I had to cough right there, and I did not want to do it into the mic. Li Ming used her blink and wasn't able to get further away from the Butcher. I was thinking that she might be able to blink towards the tower so that the Butcher might be focused by the tower, but not the case. And now the members of Beast Coast crawling back in this game. I always like to show experience in some of these situations. You can see it's 6 to 8 in kills, and we are kind of closing that gap quite a bit. One more kill would actually put them over in that experience department, and actually might start to really close the gap. They already have been doing that, but we are sitting at 52, 54 gems in the pockets of the members of Beast Coast, and actually enough to turn in right there, as you can see it illuminated on the bottom left, or on the left-hand side of that little tracker. And then on the right hand side they only need 9 more gems as well just to be able to turn in, but they're also looking at 13 talent here on both sides. Taki going to be checking the top lane, making sure boss is not going to be grabbed. I also love the way that they played within the wave. They didn't show to the opposing team, so they have no idea where they are, or at least that they were checking boss. But speaking of knowing where someone is, this is going to be Deathwing with the Cataclysm in. This is going to be them trying to turn this around. The Jet Propulsion, or excuse me, the combustion from the Blaze will get a huge setup from them onto the enemy team. Reset City for Li Ming as they're trying to chase in onto the enemy side. That's going to be Johanna able to get out, but Butcher and Kira do go down. Butcher did finish out stacks, so there's no stacks for them to lose there. But the other thing to note too is we have unrelenting strikes coming out from the Kira. So we're looking at a Bless Shield, Light Bomb, Entomb, Blast Furnace. This blow up here from Beast Coast, if they can land it, this is just the YouTube moment they're looking for. 100%. Cinder Ghost and Cataclysm. Dragons. Sorry, I'm looking for someone without a questing talent. There we go. Let's actually get the vision for the blue team, as they are going to be in the defensive posture. Let's get an idea of how they're seeing the enemy team stepping up into them. So they are counting 4 in top lane. They got a camp coming in through mid. They're going to need to manage that with a catapult coming in there as well. So red Webweavers will be descending fairly aggressive in this top and mid lane. Bottom lane is fairly far pushed back, but that might actually get the... Is there a fort front gate? Yeah, it might be getting a little bit of damage on that fort, but we'll see here, as this is going to be top lane pressure is going to be the first thing they want to focus on the side of main tank Uther. I'm waiting to see who steps up a little too far here. It doesn't seem like anyone just yet. Li Ming still trying to throw damage from the far side of this engagement. And I think top lane is just going to be given over. That's going to be a route, but unfortunately they're not able to follow up onto it just yet. 16 talent here is going to be about a half a level away in favor for the members of our red team, and they're looking to go ahead and just open up this top lane further. Sindragosa down towards the enemy team, actually going to be grabbing, or actually hitting the mid lane keep as well. Butcher going to get the charge in, and that's going to be the focus onto Jimmy with the Furnace Blast onto them. A lot of damage initially, but that's going to be a couple members getting away just in time. Entomb comes out. Blaze is going to be in a rough spot. This is Deathwing trying to get as much value into the enemy team somehow, some way. Tayuki's keeping them alive, but they end up getting a 1-for-1 trade thus far. Deathwing is going to have the Cataclysm out of the engagement. Butcher does go down because of the burning damage that's put onto the ground as well. Secret in a bit of a rough spot, trying to find one more kill for the friendly team. Sierras is going to get the healing wave out with that Divine Star, but that will be a fairly effective Web Weaver push for the members of main tank Uther. And while they have their 16 talent tiers, we're going to wait for those to be picked up, and then we'll cycle through some of the other numbers once again. They didn't get a keep, but look at the damage they did to top and mid. Bottom lane actually got a lot of value. This was all from just the Web Weaver. I don't think there was any supplemental pushing coming in from the members of main tank Uther. And while I thought they were a little bit behind in this mid game, they're really starting to bring it back in the later half here. Their momentum is really strong, and we can go ahead and take a look. Actually, you know what? Let's wait till the other opposing side has 16 as well. We'll look at both sides' talents, and then we'll go ahead and look at the numbers as well, because I'm really interested to see how the 16 talent tier fight's going to be happening. Sorry, I got distracted for like a split second because the choo-choo train sounded like my doorbell, because the doorbell I have doesn't ring like a normal doorbell. It makes a different noise. I think the previous owner, it was from the previous owners, and I think they had a dog too, so it was one of the ones that makes their dog not constantly bark at it. And I thought someone was at my door. Anyways, side story aside, 93 gems currently sitting in the pockets for the members of Beast Coast as they're looking for a turn-in. Secret has almost enough for the entire turn-in themselves. They're 1 gem away. There's going to be blow up, entomb, everything thrown onto Blaze. Sounds coming out from Malfurion. This is going to be a the combustion. Kira's going to be going down. Butcher going to be going down. Resets are going out for Jimmy. Cataclysm through. They're focusing onto the Anduin, and that's going to be another kill. They are going to take so many gems away from this enemy team, and look at this chase from Thunderstruck onto the Pie Maker. Leoric actually not turning around. Going to get the root onto them right there. Going to pop Iron Skin as well. Leoric thinking about Hearthing. Now going to be popping in and saying, hello, Thunderstruck, I've got percentage-based damage. Look at your health pool absolutely drain. Meanwhile, through top lane, we are going to be having the top keep going down. Mid lane keep is going to be picked up as well. And now, as promised, let's look at some of those other numbers as they get double keep. Enough for turn-in here, but Secret is in a risky spot. I think this is full, like, Wraith build, Leoric, and I don't think they're going to find them in time anyways. Not full Wraith build, but they have the Ominous Wrath and Row focus from 13 and 16. I do believe. I didn't glance at it I didn't look at it beforehand. And they don't have Mithril Mace, that's for sure, because if I clicked on their icon, it would have showed it in the bottom left of the screen. Whew. Game 3, that is. Kind of feels like these entombs are backfiring a little bit, yeah. I feel like we call the composition of main tank Uther the backdraft. Because you think you've contained the fire. No, because backdraft is when they open up a door and explodes. Anyways, there's going to be Deathwing landing on top of the enemy team. Stuns are going to be thrown at Taki, who does get the jet propulsion forward. Pops the combustion as well. Mega Muffin going to be the target. Initially gets the kill into Butcher. That's a reset for Li Ming. Sounds out from the Malfurion as well. That's going to be Kira split from the friendly team. This is going to be Deathwing trying to dive onto the left to split them up a little bit further. And Tomb coming out. And it's kind of one of those situations where Deathwing is kind of trapped in there, but so are they. And this is going to be Secret with 54 gems initially turned in. I just realized that they got those turned in right there. Li Ming is still cleaning up, and I think right now you still march it down middle and you take game, but they're looking to go ahead and try and take triple keep here. The members of Beast Coast are looking for the most amount of experience that you can possibly get in this game. Great jet propulsion from the Blaze right there. The blow up onto Anduin will be perfect, and that will be the keep still locked down from Syndragosa, picked up by the Arthas. Pie Maker's a little bit low, but they're going to go ahead and confirm the bottom lane keep. I'm surprised that they haven't rotated to core yet. I'm really, really surprised, because I feel like they've had 2 to 3 almost points at this point where they could just end the game, but they take all 3 keeps. Deathwing going to take flight, going to get some of that armor back as well. That's the only way you can get that armor plating back. You actually also heal while in that flight form on top of all of it, but they need to watch turn-ins, because a blue turn-in here could buy them enough time to slowly work their way back towards that 20 talent tier, as that is going to be picked up in just a second by the members of main tank Uther. I'll be honest, this is wild. Hots throwaway, how are you doing, friend? Thanks for coming by. Why butt a bit when you can butt a butt? That's true, Kaleo. That's the words to live by. Thunderstruck is making sure that they're checking on this area. So I was just like, oh god, Deathwing's landing. But then I realized I'm slowly learning. Like, there is a bit of a light circle based on the color of your team you has. So like a blue Deathwing has like a blue tinge towards the edges of the circle, and I'm slowly learning, because for a second I was just like, wait, whose Deathwing is that? And I'm like, oh wait, we're not in customs, we're not Deathwing v Deathwing. They were trying to get one turn in there, trying to get that Webweaver phase coming in, but the Jimmy and who else is currently holding? Is it the Blaze? Yeah, Blaze has 3, and then the Leeming has 1, so they're going to be able to get this turn in, and this will be red Webweavers 15 minutes into the game, descending decently far into our lanes here. This top lane is going to be pretty far up. They're looking to end game with Webweaver here. Light Bomb going out onto oh my god, Malfurion gonna get bodied right there as the Blaze does have the, oh my god, the Unrelenting Strikes. The Combustion came out, the Unrelenting Strikes, that's going to be Entomb as well. Deathwing landing, I think, a little bit late right there, but they did take off right before this fight it took place. Deathwing with the Cataclysm through, that's going to be red Webweavers descending, but there are so many members getting low. Arthas goes down, they do end up getting the Joanna, so it's a 2 for 3. Deathwing trying to make something happen here, but Jimmy has little to no mana, and they're not able to get damage out, and this is, it looks like Deathwing needing to back out. Luckily, there are going to be Webweavers that did descend upon the core, and with that, they're saying, well, we can't chase Deathwing, we're gonna have to back off, and this is going to be the members of main tank Uther not able to end, and I think they were banking on ending with these Webweavers, but they just stood around and waited a little too long in some of these engagements, and honest to God, when they had that last engagement where they won and they went for bottom lane keep, if they rotated mid, they were looking at game 3 in my opinion, but right now, this is a little risky because Butcher is still scaling. Butcher's sitting at 240 stacks. That's 530 in auto currently from this Butcher. It's a lot of damage, team. And blue Webweaver phase is about to be upon us as well. I don't think they're going to be able to deny that turn in. Let's actually go ahead and cycle through the numbers once again. We have looked at all of our talents here. Sorry, I just want to see. Okay, so the Unrelenting Strikes was upgraded with some silencing as well. Get spiders running no man's land while they plan. They didn't focus Blaze and got 3 for 2 down in 20. See? Yeah. Well, also, I don't think Deathwing was in that engagement because like every single engagement where they dive upon Blaze, Deathwing usually lands in the middle of all of that and then starts dealing damage, and Deathwing didn't land for a little bit. So I wonder if they were on that 8-second cooldown where they can't, when they take flight, they're not able to land until 8 seconds after. So I wonder if they were watching for that and then took the engagement when they saw that happen. I wonder if Deathwing was banking on being able to land during the core phase. Butcher getting the charge in, that's going to be Light Bomb onto them as well. Deathwing going to be landing. It's a lot of initial damage on a Malfurion. Sounds coming out as well. They're not going to be able to heal. They're trying to make their way out. They've got like 12 health and they're going to be going down. That will be Cinder Ghost out as well. They're going to trade a Malfurion for a Leoric as well as a Kira. That's going to be the Cataclysm coming through as Sears will be the target. They're going to turn around and actually go onto Mega Muffin, and that's actually going to be the burn damage from Cataclysm, and also the Nexus Force is a little too OP. And now, after a third or fourth attempt, we're going to be seeing the members of main tank Uther take game number 2 and push us into a game number 3. A very well played and very hard fought series here, but we go to a game 3. So get your game 3 beers and let's get ready for this. This is a 12-26 game when it comes to kills. This was such a fun one. I'm really quickly, Deathwing damage 102,000, just casual. Entomb from Leoric will be coming out. That's the Buried Alive. Deathwing actually pops back for a second. His Secret's like, I'm going to do a whole bunch of % damage onto you. And now they're like, well, I mean, they're going to be easily able to end core. They actually end up getting the Leoric kill. Going to pad some stats right there. But that will be game number 2 over to the members of main tank Uther. GG.